In video games, it doesn't happen that often that an antagonist gets his or her own video game spin-off. Kerrigan is a bad guy but has her own chapter in the Starcraft 2 trilogy. Wario was once the antagonist in Super Mario Land 2 but now has his own Nintendo franchise that's mildly successful. Even Donkey Kong started out as a bad guy. There are a lot more villains out there who are so cool they should get their own video game. Let's have a look at the 10 bad guys that we'd like to see as protagonists in video games. Over the years, we've been chasing Bowser in many Mario games. We rescued the princess in Super Mario Bros., and we're still saving her from Bowser's wedding plans in the most recent entry, Super Mario Odyssey. Many characters from the Mushroom Kingdom have had their own game. Take Luigi, Princess Peach, Toad, and Wario for example. But we're still waiting for Bowser's time to shine. Wouldn't it be fun to kidnap characters for once and try to keep them away from the Mario Brothers? We think it would be great to switch roles on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been?
We are kinda giving up hope for a third Portal game, but that shouldn't mean we're going to give up on GLaDOS. She is one of the most likable villains in the universe of gaming.
Thanks for that.
Even though she isn't exactly nice.
This next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There.
Playing against her was always lots of fun, but we'd love to be her for once. Let's give Valve a concept idea, free of charge. You play as GLaDOS and need to make rooms in which test subjects fail as much as possible. This could be like a tower defense type of game. Anyway, we like GLaDOS and we'd love to play as her for once.
I thought you were my greatest enemy, but all along you were my best friend.
In Doom, it's always about that one-man army destroying demons while trying to close the gates of hell. In the sequel Doom Eternal, the fight will take place on a destroyed planet Earth. Demons demolished everything in their path, and one of those demons is the notorious Cyber Demon. Imagine if we combine Serious Sam with Destroy All Humans. You're playing as a Cyber Demon destroying the last defenses of planet Earth before that stupid Doom guy comes to save the day. It would be great to brutally massacre everything in sight. It doesn't even need to be a AAA game. Just give us this as a $15 downloadable game that serves as a promotion for Doom Eternal, and we'd be completely fine with it. Of course you can play Diablo as a character in Heroes of the Storm, but that doesn't really count. The main villain from the Diablo series has always been this source of evil. You've got every reason to fight him since he destroyed Tristram and everything you love. But sometimes it's also fun to play the most evil creature in the world. Controlling a demonic army and causing havoc would be a great source of entertainment. Or perhaps setting traps for heroes who want to stop your fun time. Playing as Diablo would be a great change of pace, and for once, we'd welcome evil. Truth be told, with Meta Knight, you never really know whether he's a friend or a foe. He's been Kirby's nemesis on several occasions, while he also has shown his good side from time to time. Yet, besides his appearance in Smash Bros., we haven't played a game that's centered around this character. Meta Knight would make for such a great action game hero. A Kirby game is always very slow-paced, but a Meta Knight game in which Meta Knight saves Dreamland would be totally different. Fluid, fast-paced action using your sword and perhaps some magic. If only Platinum Games would be allowed to give this a try. We've seen Ganondorf as Link's arch-nemesis in basically every Zelda game. His body changes, but deep down he's always the same bad guy. Yet we don't know that much about him. He's the king of the Gerudo, he hates Hyrule, he's smart but full of hate, and he's a reincarnation of the Demon King demise. It would be great to play as Ganondorf as he is plotting against Hyrule. Learn more about him, his background, his motivations, the impact of Hyrule on his people, and so on. For now, the best you can get is a story arc in Hyrule Warriors where you can kick ass as Ganondorf. But a standalone game about Ganondorf could be cool.
That freedom from sin can come from the power of just one word.
In the Far Cry series, it's always about you liberating a region from an oppressor. In Far Cry 3, it was Vaz who kept an island in his grasp, Pagan Min did this in the Himalaya, while John Seed was a religious leader in the American countryside.
Something broke free inside. I wasn't scared, I was clear.
You are always the liberator, but what if the Far Cry series would turn the tables? We'd oppress people, make them follow our will, and unite everyone under one banner. Our banner. That's basically the same thing as liberating them, right? And those antagonists have much more interesting personalities than the normal Far Cry heroes anyway.
May God have mercy on your soul.
We're always hyped about anything new in the Devil May Cry series, and we can't wait to play as Dante in Devil May Cry 5. But to be honest, Virgil is also pretty awesome. Where Dante embraced his humanity, his twin bro Virgil decided to embrace his demonic form, and therefore he becomes a bad guy in the DMC story arc. He has been playable already in the special editions of Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry 4. In the fourth game, he even got his own story that served as a prequel to both the third and fourth game. There was also the Virgil's Downfall DLC for the most recent game in the series, but this was a disappointment. What we want is a proper action game completely built around Virgil in which we get to sympathize with him in his battle against Dante.
Snake!
The Metal Gear Solid series has given us many great hours with Solid Snake, and we even got the pleasure of playing as Raiden in Metal Gear Rising. But there's a whole bunch of interesting characters in the Metal Gear universe that would be interesting to play as. We'd like to mention Liquid Snake. He already has a role in Phantom Pain, but it would be cool to get an origin story of him growing up. Why is he corrupted? And where does the hatred come from?
Only your death can satisfy me. Only your death can return to me what is rightly mine.
Liquid served in the SAS as well, which could serve as a nice backdrop. Of course, we know a lot about this character already, but it would be great to play him.
You've really become quite an inconvenience for me.
With Resident Evil 2 getting a remake, we can't help but look back at the older games in this horror survival series. Albert Wesker is one of the most well-known bad guys gaming has ever seen. He met his demise in Resident Evil 5, but so much of the Resident Evil storyline has been influenced by him.
Barry.
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family, you bastard. Oh!
It would be great to have Wesker and some grunt soldiers infiltrate locations to obtain materials for his experiments with the zombie virus. His secret agenda and work alongside both the good and the bad guys would make for a great story. It's really such a shame that Capcom killed Wesker. We'd love to see more of him.
I died once. I will never forget the cold, dark fingers of death reaching out for me. However,
Even that death was a necessary component of the big picture.
Would you like a game about any of these villains? Do you have your own? Let us know in the comments or on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Now your mother on the other hand, she understood me. She knew me in a way that no one ever did.